Central C should win British Hip Hop Grime Rap Act. Now, I know that's a hot take, but I'm going to go through my reasoning in this video. Now, before I get started, I just put it out there that this is probably one of the closest lists that Brits have actually got to getting right. I don't disagree with anyone that's been put on here. For once, I actually think everyone who's on there is deserving. Well done. They've actually managed to hit it bang on, because historically the Brits managed to up this category quite a lot. So before we start talking about this year, I think it's best we look at past years, because the Brits made a big change. Up to 2021, the Brits had a category called British Male Solo Act. So you had pop artists in there and you had rappers in there. So you can tell by this list, you got the likes of Kano, Skepta, Giggs, Dave, Stormzy, J Hus, AJ Tracy, Heady One, all in the British Male Solo Act category, which meant that a lot of time, if a rapper's up against the likes of David Bowie or George Ezra, there's a high chance that they're not going to win it. So after 2022, they decided we're just going to change and put it all into one category and do best hip hop grime rap act. But in the old category, you had the likes of Stormzy win, and Dave was nominated for Psychodrama. J Hus won, Heady One was nominated. But this is what the awards look like since they first started. So first, you had in 2022, Central C gets Little Simz, AJ Tracy, and Dave won. Obviously, the year when he dropped his album. In 2023, Central C and Dave again, Loyal Kana, Stormzy, and H won. That's where the whole thing started. Went to the Brits and they gave the award to a guy called H. That was the year, and it does sort of play into my reasoning for this year. In 2024, Central C nominated again, Dave nominated again, J Hus nominated, Little Simz nominated again, and Cass is Dead is the winner. And then last year, 2025, one of the craziest decisions I've seen for a while. Central C was nominated, Dave was nominated, Gets was nominated, Little Simz was nominated, and Stormzy won. And I don't think Big Michael will mind me saying he did not deserve to win that award. Now, 2026, finally, there's 5 hip-hop rap grime acts that have actually dropped albums and deserve to be on that list, with Dave, Central C, Jim Legacy, Loyal Kana, and Little Simz. So first, I'm going to start with the ones who I don't think will win, and I wouldn't really mind if they didn't win, that being Loyal Kana and Jim Legacy. I know, shoot me. Reason being, I thought Loyal Kana's album was great, but I don't think that he deserves to win that award over any of the other 4. Secondly, for Jim Legacy, he's been nominated for the R&B award and the newcomer, and I think he should win newcomer. He should definitely be the newcomer of the year. He deserves that award. It's a great category, but give it to Jim Legacy. Give it to Jim Legacy for what he's done. His album was one of the best of the year, which leaves us with what I call the big 3, and the reason I'm calling them the big 3 is because as of this year now, Central C and Dave are the only UK rappers ever to be nominated 5 times for British Hip Hop Grime Rap Act, and the award's been around for 5 years. So these guys have been nominated every year for the past 5 years. Only one of them has won once, that being Dave in 2022 when he dropped We're All Alone in This Together, which is chilling behind me on the setup right now. Little Simz following closely behind though. She's been nominated 4 times. The only year she wasn't nominated was in 2023 when H won. Now, I thought Little Simz dropped a great album. Lotus was different. She's really the only female UK rapper really putting on to this level. No one, I think she's in a different lane. No one can really match her. She's on her own. Like, it's so male dominated rap in general, and UK rap especially, but when you say female UK rappers, Little Simz is miles above everyone else in terms of musicality, in terms of the quality of albums she drops, in terms of consistency, and consistently dropping shit that's actually good. But for this year, I have to say that I think the other 2, Central C and Dave, should win above her, which is harsh because Little Simz has been nominated 4 times now and is yet to win. It's harsh. She definitely deserves to win. But if we're looking back at 2025, I feel like it's got to go to one of the other 2, which leaves us with Central C and Dave. Now, I think most people will be agreeing that Dave's album was better than Central C's. I think Central C would say that himself. Just the fact that it's Dave's 3rd album and Central C's 1st album, like, Dave's got more experience, he's had more time to grow as an artist. So it's hard to compare them, right? And Dave's only won the award once, with him being nominated 5 times. Do I think he deserved to be nominated 5 times? No, he did not deserve to be nominated last year 100%. Like, he was dropping no music. You cannot get nominated for an award if you're not dropping music. You cannot get nominated for a music award if you're not dropping any music. But look, they've managed to actually get it right, and Dave 100% deserves to win that award as much as Central C does. But in my opinion, the reason I think Central C should win the Brit above Dave is because I feel like he has been robbed a lot more than Dave in these awards. And the fact that the guy who literally changed UK rap in the 2020s and made it go global, you can hate on him all you want, you can say his music shit, you can say all this, he put UK rap on the map globally, he opened the doors for so many other people. And the fact that he's been nominated every year since 2022 and is yet to win the award, I feel like this year his debut album came out, it lived up to the expectations. I feel like you have to give him the award just to honour him and say as an appreciation. Dave's album was 100% better than Central C's, and if I had to put money on it today, who I think will win, I think Dave will win because his album was much better than Central C's. But aside from the album and a Jim Legacy feature, again, he didn't really drop that much music, whereas Central C dropped an album almost twice in length, also dropped a lot of singles in the year. And I mean, if you go back to the H disc, I went to the Brits and they gave the award to a guy called H. While it was a sly little dig in the song, there was a hint of truth to that shit, right? That Central C probably should have won over H that year. If we look at trends in past years, it's clear that the Brits haven't always picked the right winner or even picked the right nominations. I mean, I made a video on my other channel last year talking about how Stormzy and Dave got nominated. That was crazy. And Central C should have been the winner last year, but he wasn't. Which is why, if I had to guess, he's probably not going to win again this year. And I guess if he doesn't win, but it goes to Dave. I know they're mates, Dave and Central C in that year. But if I was Central C and I didn't win again, I'd be slightly pissed too, bro. I'd be slightly pissed too that you've done this much for the scene. You've been nominated 5 times, 5 years, and you look at the list of people that have won in the past few years and you think, this guy surely deserves to at least win one. And the fact that it was his debut album that's dropped, and it wasn't just another year where he's dropped singles, you know, it's going to be a couple years till he drops an album. And now with the competition, the amount of newcomers coming through, if Central C doesn't drop an album next year or the year after and he takes a 2-3 year break from albums, it could be another 2-3 years until I think, yeah, he actually deserves to win the award. Like, if you don't drop an album and someone does drop an album and they win the award, I don't think you can be too mad at that. But now he's dropped his debut album, there was a lot of pressure behind that shit, and it was good. Like, he's just very unfortunate that all the people that have been nominated this year have arguably dropped better albums than him, and that's just harsh. Like, the guy just can't win. I think with the Brits and Central C, he just needs to accept now that he can't win. If he didn't win the past couple years, I just highly doubt that he's going to win this year. And even if he does win, I think people will be saying, well, how did he win over the boy who played the harp, or how did he win over Lotus or Black British Music? Which is why if he doesn't win, I'm not really gonna care. Like, I definitely listened to Dave's album a lot more, and it only came out a few months ago. There's only a few songs off the Central C album that I still go back to, but I think for the fact that you've been nominated every year and you're yet to win for Best British Hip Hop Grime Rap Act at the Brits, like, I just think it's going to be a bit mad if we get to the point where he's like on 6 or 7 nominations. He's been the biggest UK rapper for like 5 or 6 years and he's yet to win the Brit Award for Best British Hip Hop Grime Act. I'm not really going to care who wins. If Central C wins, great, and I'll be glad that he's actually finally got a Brit. If Dave wins, I think that Dave probably should win, and I'd say, yeah, that's gone to the right person, but unfortunate for Central C. If Jim Legacy wins, I'd be like, that's fucking sick. Same for Little Sims, I think that's fucking sick. If Loyal Kana wins, I think, yeah, the album was good, but I would feel like he'd been slightly robbed if he wins over the others. And I enjoyed the album. I thought the album was great, but looking at the list from this year, as much as I think it should go to Dave for the album, I think for how much Central C's been robbed at the Brits over the past 5 years, give him the award for his debut album. Just let him have this 1 year. And while I've been editing, I've just thought as well that Dave's been nominated for, I don't know, like Solo Act, Album of the Year. Like, there's a lot of other awards that he's been nominated for and has a chance of winning, whereas Central C's literally been nominated for just that one. So what? Dave has the opportunity to win Album of the Year. Olivia Dean will probably clean sweep and shit. But look, that's all I got to say. I think I don't really care who wins. Honestly, I couldn't give a shit. But I think that Central C deserves one at this point. After all the shit that's been going on the past 5 years, he deserves to win at least one Brit. Come on.